New mall at Chateau Margaux will ensure heritage is protected. ANSA-MCAL. ANSA-MCAL has reaffirmed its commitment to preserving Guyana's cultural heritage with the development of the new Chateau Margaux Mall, a significant investment that seeks to harmonize modern progress with respect for historical landmarks. In a statement released on Wednesday, the company announced that the mall will be built on privately owned land adjacent to the historic Chateau Margaux chimney, which is recognized as a protected heritage site under state control. The chimney and its surrounding areas are owned by the government of Guyana and managed by the National Trust. Currently, only preparatory works, including site clearance and landscaping, are underway, with no heavy construction having commenced. From the outset, ANSA-MCAL has placed the preservation of the chimney and its surroundings at the forefront of this project, the company stated. They have commissioned a professional assessment of the structure to ensure its stability and to identify necessary reinforcement measures prior to construction. This assessment is being conducted by renowned Guyanese structural engineer Marcel Gascon, whose findings and recommendations will be fully implemented before any construction begins. According to ANSA-MCAL, this initiative reflects the company's long-standing partnership with Guyana and its confidence in the nation's future. We are proud to show that progress and preservation can go hand in hand, honoring Guyana's past while building responsibly for the future, the release emphasized. The company also highlighted its ongoing collaboration with the National Trust of Guyana, the government, and relevant ministries to ensure that the chimney remains a safeguarded and celebrated national landmark. ANSA-MCAL reiterated that the historic chimney will not only be preserved but maintained as a visible reminder of Guyana's rich industrial past. Even as new investments take shape in the area, we invest in nationhood. Concerns raised over pigeon infestation at Beterverwagting primary school teacher and children sent home. At least one teacher and 3 children were sent home from the Beterverwagting Primary School and Special Needs Center today after falling ill, reportedly due to a pigeon infestation on the premises. The students received medical attention following their departure from school. Members of the We Invest in Nationhood, WIN, who are parliamentarians in waiting, learned of the situation during a visit to the school aimed at engaging with parents and teachers from the Parent-Teacher Association, PTA, to expedite action on this serious issue. WIN has been informed that the pigeon infestation has been documented in the school's monthly reports, yet no substantial action has been taken to resolve the problem. Parents expressed their frustration, stating that the infestation has persisted since 2015 and has been largely ignored by the government. It is the responsibility of the Ministry of Education to ensure the safety and well-being of students, protecting them from both natural and other hazards while at school. Many believe that stronger preventative measures should have been implemented to address this long-standing issue. Numerous complaints and letters have been submitted by the PTA to the relevant authorities, but intervention has yet to occur. WIN is now calling on the Ministry of Education and the Regional Democratic Council to take immediate action to address the pigeon infestation and ensure a safe learning environment for all students. Trump confirms authorization of CIA operations inside Venezuela. President Donald Trump has confirmed reports that he authorized the CIA to conduct covert operations within Venezuela and indicated that he is considering airstrikes targeting drug cartels operating in the country. The U.S. military has reportedly conducted at least 5 strikes on suspected drug-carrying boats in the Caribbean in recent weeks, resulting in the deaths of 27 individuals. UN-appointed human rights experts have labeled these operations as extrajudicial executions. Speaking from the Oval Office, Trump stated that the U.S. is looking at land for potential further strikes in the region. His administration has sought to increase pressure on President Nicolas Maduro, whom the U.S. and several other nations do not recognize as Venezuela's legitimate leader following disputed elections. According to the New York Times, Trump's authorization allows the CIA to carry out operations in Venezuela either unilaterally or as part of broader U.S. military activity. However, it remains unclear whether the CIA has formulated specific plans for operations in Venezuela or if these remain as contingencies. In addressing reporters, Trump provided 2 primary reasons for the authorization. Prison releases. They, Venezuela, have emptied their prisons into the United States of America. Drug trafficking. We have a lot of drugs coming in from Venezuela. A lot of the Venezuelan drugs come in through the sea, so you get to see that, but we're going to stop them by land also. When asked if the CIA's authorization could lead to an attempt to unseat Maduro, Trump declined to provide a direct response, stating, "Wouldn't it be a ridiculous question for me to answer?" While Maduro's government has not directly commented on the CIA authorization, Vice President Delcy Rodriguez expressed defiance on television, stating, "Let no aggressor dare, because they know that here is the people of Venezuelan liberator Simón Bolívar, with their swords raised to defend us under any circumstance." In a recent U.S. strike, 6 individuals were killed when a boat was targeted near Venezuela's coast. Trump announced on Truth Social that intelligence confirmed the vessel was involved in drug trafficking and was linked to illicit narcoterrorist networks. These strikes are part of a larger military effort to pressure Maduro's government, which includes the positioning of significant air and naval assets in the region, along with approximately 4,000 troops. A leaked memo sent to U.S. lawmakers recently stated that the administration has determined it is engaged in a non-international armed conflict with drug trafficking organizations. U.S. officials have alleged that Maduro is part of a group known as the Cartel of the Suns, comprising high-ranking Venezuelan military and security officials involved in drug trafficking. Maduro has consistently denied these allegations, and Venezuela's government has condemned the recent strikes. Guyana backs efforts to cripple transnational crime, illicit drug trade, President Ali. In a strong declaration of commitment, President Dr. Irfan Ali, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, affirmed Guyana's unwavering support for both regional and international initiatives aimed at dismantling transnational crime networks and ensuring peace. This statement was made during the graduation ceremony for a new batch of recruits from the Guyana Defense Force. President Ali emphasized, "Guyana will support every action and embrace every partnership to cripple transnational crime, the illicit drug trade, and any form of destabilization that threatens Guyana and the region." His remarks underscore the nation's determination to combat the rising tide of drug trafficking and associated crime in the Caribbean. The announcement comes in the wake of intensified operations by the United States targeting drug trafficking in the region. President Donald Trump revealed on Tuesday that U.S. forces had conducted another strike against a vessel off the coast of Venezuela, resulting in the deaths of 6 individuals. Trump described the vessel as belonging to narcoterrorists engaged in drug trafficking. This incident marks the 5th strike since September, raising the reported death toll to 27, although the U.S. has not shared specifics regarding the vessels or the occupants involved. Despite the ongoing challenges, President Ali stressed that Guyana holds no animosity toward the Venezuelan people, highlighting the nation's welcoming stance towards Venezuelans seeking a better life. He articulated that the long-standing border controversy with Venezuela is not born out of hatred, yet firmly reiterated that Guyana will not compromise our sovereignty. He condemned the recent attacks against Guyanese citizens and military personnel along the Cuyuni River, asserting that such actions will not be tolerated. In closing, President Ali pledged to defend Guyana's territorial integrity in collaboration with allies who champion freedom, democracy, and the rule of law. He advocated for a Caribbean and Latin America free from threats, affirming Guyana's commitment to sovereignty and peace beyond its borders. Ministry outraged by online sharing of 5-year-old's assault case. The Ministry of Human Services and Social Security has expressed outrage over the circulation of sensitive information on social media regarding a 5-year-old child allegedly sexually assaulted in Region 9. The ministry condemned this act as irresponsible, unethical, and harmful, emphasizing that it further traumatizes the victim and infringes on the child's right to privacy and protection. Children who are victims of abuse must be protected, not exposed, the ministry stated in a press release. The incident came to the ministry's attention following a notification from the Guyana Police Force, GPF, on October 9, 2025. In response, the Child Care and Protection Agency, CPA, swiftly intervened, providing continuous psychosocial support and trauma-focused counseling to both the child and their family. Officials have maintained regular contact and monitoring to ensure the child's safety and overall well-being. After receiving medical clearance, a forensic interview was conducted with the child at the Child Advocacy Center on October 13, 2025, adhering to established child protection protocols. The case is currently under active investigation by law enforcement. The ministry reiterated its call for the public to refrain from sharing or reposting any information related to children involved in abuse cases, particularly those of a sexual nature. It highlighted that Section 10(2) of the Child Care and Protection Agency Act, Cap 46:07, expressly prohibits the publication of any information that could lead to the identification of a child involved in legal proceedings. This includes details such as the child's name, age, address, school, or any other identifying particulars. This provision safeguards the privacy, dignity, and well-being of the child by preventing exposure that could cause harm, distress, or stigmatization, the ministry noted. In conclusion, the ministry reaffirmed its commitment to protecting every child in Guyana, stating that it will continue to act swiftly in all cases of child abuse and exploitation. The safety, dignity, and recovery of every child remain our foremost priority, the statement added. Mother hopes for full recovery of son, 7, after being struck by canter. Newsroom reports 2 Fridays ago, on October 3rd, 7-year-old Taekwon Scarville's life changed dramatically when he was struck by a canter along the Kilcoy, Chesney, Corentine Burbis public road. The young boy from Firish Village suffered a severe brain injury that necessitated emergency surgery. His mother, Toanna Yorick, is now facing a long and uncertain road to recovery for her son. Because of the frontal lobe that was completely damaged, doctors said there is a possibility that all of that memory loss and behavioral changes is related to the frontal lobe being damaged, Yorick shared with the newsroom. Yorick, who works as a nurse, explained that Taekwon was not in school on October 3rd due to Teacher's Day, so he accompanied his grandparents to work. Tragically, while standing at the corner of the road with his grandfather, he was struck by the canter. Taekwon was rushed to the Port Morant Hospital and then transferred to the New Amsterdam Hospital before being taken to the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, GPHC, in critical condition. There, he underwent emergency brain surgery, during which doctors removed over 15 bone fragments from his skull. The shattered bone had been pressing against his brain, necessitating the removal of the damaged section to relieve the pressure. After 3 days on a ventilator in the intensive care unit, ICU, Taekwon was moved to the pediatric high dependency unit. He spent a total of 6 days hospitalized before being discharged. While Yorick remains hopeful for her son's full recovery, she also worries about potential future challenges. Currently, I am depressed because my child was a perfectly fine 7-year-old, going to school and doing his schoolwork. I am out of work as of right now, and I don't know how many days I am covered when it comes to sick leave, she expressed. Following the accident, the driver of the canter was arrested but released after 72 hours. The police say that he is reporting every day to the station, but I am not aware of this. I have never seen him since the incident. I don't know what he looks like, Yorick explained. She also voiced her concerns about the lack of progress in the police investigation, noting that it has been 2 weeks since the accident. Yet the scene remains unmarked and the medical report has not been uplifted. I just want the matter to be dealt with accordingly, and the person responsible to be held accountable, she said. When contacted, Regional Commander Shivprasad Bacchus informed the newsroom that the investigation had been completed and the file sent to the Director of Public Prosecution for legal advice. Burbis River man confesses to killing companion during drunken argument. A 49-year-old man from Develt, Burbis River, has confessed to the murder of his friend, 68-year-old Cledwyn Gordon, known as Smokey, during a drunken argument last Friday night. In a detailed interrogation on Monday, October 13th, the suspect, Ethilbert Sowers, revealed to detectives that he and Gordon had been consuming high wine when a quarrel erupted over alcohol left in a boat. In a fit of rage, Sowers admitted to broadsiding Gordon with a cutlass, inflicting a neck injury. He later transported Gordon to his sister's home. However, while preparing to go fishing later that afternoon, another argument ensued. Sowers confessed to striking Gordon again with the same cutlass, causing him to fall unconscious and appear lifeless. Following the incident, Sowers paddled a short distance upriver and disposed of Gordon's body in the Burbis River before returning to the village and attempting to wash blood from his boat. Authorities have since confirmed that the cutlass believed to be the murder weapon has been seized. Gordon's partially decomposed body was discovered floating in the Burbus River on Sunday morning, 2 days after he was last seen alive. The grim discovery was made by his son, 46-year-old farmer Walton Lapps, near Develt village. Reports indicate that Sowers and Gordon had gone fishing around 8 p.m. on Friday, October 10, 2025, when the fatal confrontation occurred. A local boat captain, Laxley Lindsay, informed investigators that Gordon's sister, Elvie Marshall, reported him missing after learning about an altercation between the two men, during which Sowers allegedly assaulted Gordon, prompting him to jump into the river. Marshall's grandnephew, Samuel Sue, also told detectives that he witnessed Sowers beating Gordon with a cutlass on the riverbank earlier that day, injuring him in the chest. Sue intervened to take the weapon away but later learned Gordon was missing. Initially, when questioned by police, Sowers denied any involvement, claiming that Gordon had gone with him to a shop and later jumped into the river, stating he would be picked up the following morning. Upon the recovery of Gordon's body, police noted multiple injuries, including wounds to the neck and chest. Though initial suspicions suggested some injuries might have been caused by aquatic animals due to decomposition, a post-mortem examination by government pathologist Dr. Nihal Singh confirmed that Gordon died from an incised wound to the neck and was already dead before entering the water. The investigation is ongoing. Corriverton woman arrested over large quantity of fireworks at her home. A woman from Corriverton, Region 6, has been taken into police custody following a significant discovery of fireworks at her residence. The 30-year-old resident of number 78 Village, Corriverton, Quarantine Burbus, is currently assisting law enforcement officials as they investigate the circumstances surrounding this alarming find. On Tuesday, October 14, 2025, a combined effort by various police officers led to the uncovering of 47 boxes filled with explosives hidden at the woman's home. The investigating team promptly secured the items and transported them to the Springlands police station, where they will be carefully examined as part of the ongoing investigation. Authorities are working to determine the origin of the fireworks and the reasons behind their illicit storage. Attorney General says new parliament to be convened by constitutional timeline. News source Guyana reports Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs, Anil Nantlal, announced that the new parliament is expected to reconvene within 3 weeks, adhering to constitutional requirements. During his weekly program, Issues in the News, Nantlal explained that the Constitution mandates Parliament to be reconvened 4 months after its dissolution, setting the latest date for the reconvening as November 3rd. Opposition political parties, particularly the Win Party, have voiced concerns over the delay in reconvening Parliament following the elections. However, Nantlal emphasized the necessity of following the proper process. The 12th Parliament was dissolved by His Excellency on the 4th day of July, and the Constitution states that it must be summoned 4 months from the end of that session if Parliament has been dissolved. So, 4 months from July 4th takes us to around November 3rd, 2025, he stated. Nantlal reassured that the power to dissolve and summon Parliament rests exclusively with the President, expressing confidence that the President will adhere to constitutional guidelines to reconvene the National Assembly. The President has spoken on this matter and confirmed that Parliament will be summoned within the constitutionally prescribed time frame. He was referring to Article 69 of the Constitution, which permits Parliament to be summoned within 4 months from the date it was last dissolved. Nantlal added, the new Parliament will feature representatives from 4 political parties, with the People's Progressive Party holding the majority with 36 seats. The We Invest in Nationhood Party will enter with 16 seats, a Partnership for National Unity with 12 seats, and the Forward Guyana Movement with 1 seat. President Ali condemns Venezuela's attacks on citizens and military in Cuyuni region. Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Dr. Irfan Ali, vehemently condemned recent attacks by Venezuelan forces on Guyanese citizens and soldiers in the Cuyuni region. Speaking during the commissioning parade for the Standard Officer Course 56, President Ali declared, "We condemn the attacks against our citizens and our military using the Cuyuni. We will not tolerate it." Tensions between Venezuela and Guyana have escalated throughout 2025, marked by multiple armed incidents involving Venezuelan-based militants targeting Guyanese military patrols and personnel, including those escorting election officials. Notable incidents include an attack in February, where armed Venezuelans injured 6 soldiers on a Guyana Defense Force, GDF, patrol boat, and a series of assaults in May on GDF troops conducting riverine patrols, none of which resulted in injuries. In August, a joint services patrol escorting election officials came under fire from the Venezuelan side of the upper Cuyuni River. Fortunately, no one was harmed, and the mission was successfully completed. President Ali emphasized that Guyana holds no animosity toward the Venezuelan people and has welcomed many who have sought refuge in the country, stating, "Just as our own citizens would have moved in our dark days of dictatorship." He reiterated that while the GDF is prepared to defend Guyana's sovereignty, it does so with respect for peace and international law, reminding that strength must be exercised wisely. Our dispute and the controversy with the Venezuelan state is not born of hatred, nor does it prevent us from seeking to advance our relations, he affirmed, while also asserting, "We will not compromise our sovereignty." The president expressed that Guyana will collaborate with its partners to ensure the protection and defense of its territorial integrity. "We will defend it with our partners. We'll defend it with our allies. We'll defend it with those who stand on the side of freedom, sovereignty, democracy, and the rule of law," he stated. Additionally, President Ali reiterated the country's commitment to promoting peace beyond its borders, advocating for a Caribbean and Latin America free from threats. He stated, "While we defend our territory and uphold the rule of law at home, we also champion these principles in the wider region." He stressed the importance of addressing transnational crime and the illicit drug trade, stating that actions against such threats strengthen regional security and stability. By confronting these threats decisively, we protect our sovereignty while remaining fully committed to the vision of a Caribbean and Latin America free from aggression and conflict, he asserted. President Ali highlighted the necessity of ensuring national security and resilience, stating, "By strengthening our capacity at home, we create the foundation from which Guyana can protect its sovereignty and contribute meaningfully to a stable and peaceful Caribbean and Latin America." He committed to protecting every inch of Guyana's territory with vigilance and resolve, emphasizing the need for technological advancements to enhance national security. He noted that the GDF is currently the best equipped it has ever been and pledged further investments in military resources. However, he cautioned that military strength is not solely about hardware, but also the character and discipline of the troops, urging ethical and effective application of their skills. President Ali concluded by emphasizing that Guyana is building a military not just for defense, but as a responsive partner in emergencies and a contributor to national progress and regional stability. Poultry processing facility shows marked improvements in sanitation after EPA intervention. A poultry processing facility has made significant strides in sanitation following a 7-day cleanup order issued by the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA. This action was prompted by an inspection that revealed serious environmental and public health concerns. EPA officers discovered the facility in unsanitary conditions, with hygiene standards falling well below acceptable levels. Poor waste management practices at the rear of the premises resulted in strong odors affecting nearby residents. Additionally, the facility's walls were stained with dried blood and other biological residues, indicating inadequate cleaning and sanitation protocols. The cleanup order mandated the operator to undertake comprehensive cleaning, implement proper waste disposal methods, and adopt enhanced hygiene measures to prevent further environmental nuisances. A follow-up assessment, along with feedback from the community, confirmed that the facility had made substantial improvements. One resident remarked, "The foul odors are gone, and the environment feels much cleaner," while also expressing concern about sustaining these improvements. Photographs taken before and after the EPA intervention illustrated a significant rise in sanitation standards. The agency has committed to ongoing monitoring to ensure compliance with hygiene and waste management requirements. This case highlights the importance of consistent enforcement and accountability in safeguarding public health and the environment. It reflects the EPA's mandate under the Environmental Protection Act, CAP 2005, to oversee environmental management and protection, particularly in industries that may impact surrounding communities. Police destroy 4 cannabis farms valued over $70 million during eradication exercise in Upper Burbus River. On Wednesday, October 15, 2025, ranks of the Guyana Police Force conducted a joint eradication exercise at Kurukuru Creek and Sabina Point in the Upper Burbus River. The operation, which took place between 4 o'clock HRS and 18:30 HRS, involved members from the Narcotics Branch and Regional Division No. 6, led by gazetted officers. Discovery of cannabis farms. During the exercise, officers discovered 4 separate cannabis farms, spanning a total of approximately 16 acres. The farms contained an estimated 95,000 cannabis plants, ranging in height from 2 to 7 feet. Additionally, a makeshift camp measuring 30 by 20 feet was located at the site, which contained approximately 90 pounds of dried cannabis. Destruction of narcotics. All cannabis plants, the dried cannabis, and the makeshift camp were destroyed by fire. The estimated street value of the narcotics destroyed is approximately $70,968,116 Guyana dollars. This total includes cannabis plants valued at GYD $32,186,000. Dried cannabis valued at GYD $38,782,116. Ongoing investigations. Investigations into the matter are ongoing, as law enforcement continues to combat illegal drug cultivation in the region. Aaliyah Sealy wins brand new car in MMG promotion. After 12 thrilling weeks filled with digital transactions and anticipation, Mobile Money Guyana, MMG, has officially wrapped up its successful race for the Keys 2025 promotion. The event awarded over $7 million in cash rewards, culminating in the grand prize of a brand new 2024 milligrams 3. The lucky winner, Aaliyah Sealy from Georgetown, emerged from a pool of 12 weekly qualifiers to claim her prize during the grand finale held at the Massey Motors showroom at Movietown in Georgetown. I still can't believe I won. I was just using MMG like I normally do because it's so convenient, and now I'm driving away in a brand new car. Thank you, MMG, for making this possible, expressed Sealy, the grand prize winner. The Race for the Keys campaign ran from July 1st to September 21st, encouraging MMG customers to complete 4 or more transactions each week, each valued at over $1,000 GYD, to qualify for weekly draws. Eligible transactions included bill payments, top-ups, data activations, e-gift card purchases, merchant payments, and money transfers. Notably, top-ups over $1,000 counted as 2 transactions, doubling customers' chances to qualify. Winners hailed from across Guyana, including Burbus, Linden, Bartica, Lethem, and Georgetown. The 12 finalists included Mark Ramdas, Burbus, Kerwin David, Linden, Randy Wilson, Vibert Austin, Brianna Lawrence, Ronaldo Griffith, Suraj Prasad, Georgetown, Charlene Singh, Bartica, Sheldon Michael, Burbus, Andrea Smith, Lethem, and Lorian Naughton, West Bank Demerara. Each of these qualifiers won $100,000 credited directly to their MMG accounts just for being part of the promotion. Mark Singh, Chief Executive Officer of MMG, stated, "The Race for the Keys was designed to celebrate our customers for choosing convenience through digital payments. Every payment, money transfer, or top-up brings us closer to a future where more Guyanese can access safe, fast, and convenient financial services. This promotion reflects our commitment to innovation and to making digital payments a part of everyday life." With the Race for the Keys now concluded, MMG is preparing for exciting platform upgrades aimed at enhancing customer experience. Users can expect faster transactions, a refreshed design, and new digital features in the coming months. Customers are encouraged to follow MMG on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn for updates on new features, exclusive offers, and future promotions. While the race may be over, the journey with MMG continues to accelerate.